how she tried to use social media to track down the man she says raped her. Today in court, the alleged victim faced the man she says attacked her on a converted bus she was living in Ybor City back in May of 2011. Our John Thomas joins us live from the courthouse tonight. And John, you were in there. I understand it was very difficult testimony to listen to today.
Oh, Jameson, absolutely. Let me bring you up to speed on what just happened, though. This just happened in the last 15 minutes. The prosecution rested its case, so the defense is going to pick up their case starting tomorrow morning, and they've indicated that the defendant, Charles Newbold, is going to testify. As for the testimony today that you were just referring to, extremely disturbing, and we're going to play some of that for you. So I just want to put that warning out to you that this is really unsettling at times. Let me now take you inside the courtroom, showed you what happened earlier today. The defendant, Charles Newbold, would leave the courtroom at one point laughing, a sharp juxtaposition from when the victim entered the courtroom, hands clasped in front of her, walking slowly with hesitation. She would take the stand and tell the jury about the attack in May of 2011, how her attacker forced his way onto the bus that she lived on in Ybor, how they struggled, how she was put in a chokehold and almost passed out, and then forced to the floor of the bus.
I flip over and crawl backwards on my back.
Okay, what happens as you're doing that?
He tells me to open my legs.
What did you take that to mean?
That he was going to rape me.
You were traumatized by this event?
Deeply, sir.
But the defense would try to give the impression that the victim's behavior was not consistent with someone who was attacked and traumatized, asking why that after her attack did she use the social media site Twitter to talk about what had happened before even getting in touch with her family.
Because the most important thing to me was finding the man who tried to kill and rape me.
Attorney Mark Joseph also questioned the circumstances involved in the attack, why the victim herself asked her attacker to get on his back and to wear a condom, yet asked if she saw a condom.
I was focused on living, not on what he was wearing.
She did emphasize, though, that she did not want to be underneath her attacker so she would have a better chance of escaping, which she did, running from the bus when her attacker turned his head while he was lying on his back. During this testimony, when she was talking about the escape, a family member of the defendant, Newbold, an aunt, actually laughed. But the victim would identify her attacker.
He's sitting over there.
And then would emphasize when asked point blank by the prosecution, was the sex consensual?
No.
That testimony was really hard to listen to. Again, the testimony tomorrow, they're expecting the defendant to take the stand. When he said he was going to do that, though, the judge mentioned to him, if you take the stand, you're going to have to admit to your past criminal history, which I think includes about 11 felonies. So you can see he was kind of humming and hawing about that. So is it actually going to happen? We're only going to know tomorrow. In Tampa, John Thomas, ABC Action News.